Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers. Welcome to your Timeless Chakra Reading. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're just my initials. I'm not bad. They just spell it that way. You know, it means bad and evil in different languages, whatever. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Production since 1998, author of 2 different books so far, with the 3rd one on the way. The first one's called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, and we made a Kindle version of Words of Grace. You can click the link in the description box and preview the first chunk of it for free, including the table of contents. You will see is primarily divided into chakra chapters. Might be helpful for a chakra reading. The original PDF of Words of Grace, as well as the only place where you can find spell ingredients, is over on patreon.com in our digital store, along with some audio stuff I got over there in my voice, prayers, meditations, wake you up, slow you down, stuff for chakras and all of that. It's great. I love that we have a digital shop there. All of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common, although some of my subscribers get the audios and the books and all of that, depending on which level, but all of them get a daily check-in with me pretty much every single morning. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link, and we chat with each other about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, ending with a prayer, a blessing, a meditation, something to send us on our way, and the wisest way for this witch to start their day, considering I am moving from Long Island to Saratoga Springs. This reading will come out actually by the time I am settled in. So there's a lot going on. So those daily check-ins are really helping me stay in alignment to pull this transition off. They also get all the part 2s to the part 1s, the extended readings here on YouTube. They're all soulmate, twin flame, soul contract, path of true love based. They're all over, and mostly all of them are over an hour, the extended, and they're all timeless, as well as they get an extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings in person, Zoom recorded. I'm going to be doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs on Phila Street. That's Phila. We're shooting for 2 days a week, so I'm going to be booking people there pretty soon. Actually, I've begun already, and I love it. I love Patreon. It's just the coolest thing. You can follow us for free, which means you have access to the public content. I'm creating more public content just for Patreon. You won't see it anywhere else, as well as you can do a 7-day free trial as a seeker or a human. Stay for 7 days for free. Glad to give you the best that I got. But you gotta stay a month for the extensive discounts, because that's only fair, and it's just wonderful. I love Patreon, and in my new home I have a studio that I can close the door on so it's not in my dining room, and I have an office downstairs where I can see clients, and I'm just so excited for this move. Half-acre of property, the gardening next year is going to be amazing. So yeah, they're getting a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, my patrons. So click the link, check it out. Come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. Just easier to call me Mal. Hi, hey my aqualungs, my aquariums. Let's get down to business. Almost done with this series, and once I do the Pisces read after this, I'm on break. It's just getting this house ready to sell. So let's do some explanation for the aquariums, the new aqualungs and their cross watchers. Feel free to jump ahead if you've heard it all before. Hi, Aquarians and cross watchers. We are essentially doing a 5-card draw, but a chakra read. If you look back at some of the older timeless chakra reads that I've done, there are many more cards that hit the table, but we're only using 5. So let me tell you what those 5 are so that you know a little bit of what to expect. We are dealing with the 8th chakra system, including the star center. It's been called all sorts of things in different teachings, as well as the usual 7 that everyone is used to. So we're going to get 1 card for that 8th chakra, using the Caroline Myss archetype cards. I learned about, well, I already knew about the 8th chakra, but I learned a lot more about the 8th chakra system in her book Anatomy of the Spirit, which I highly recommend. There are tons of videos free on YouTube of her talking about it, as well as the archetypes. These are archetype cards, supportive of her work, Sacred Contracts, another life-changing work for me, to show you the pattern being alchemized from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, right? From fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth, so that you come into alignment. This sends down the codes to all of the other chakras underneath it, shifting what we attract and what we repel electromagnetically, so we have the free will to choose to heal, grow, learn, evolve, or not. We will look at the next 4 chakras down: crown, third eye, throat, and heart, with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. It's feminine energy, goddess energy, the world behind your eyes. This is creative intuition, 8th chakra. Visionary intuition. Slow your roll now. In the 8th chakra, heart, third eye, crown is creative intuition, the laboratory, stuff you share, maybe stuff you don't share. We'll look at the lower 3 chakras: survival intuition and relationships in the physical world. You looking from the outside at yourself like a mirror, or you from the inside looking out at people, places, and things, relationships to people, places, and things in the world. There can certainly be mirroring, and with a cross-watcher read, you never know how that's going to play out, considering it's such a general read with only 5 cards. Then we will get a whisper of love from the Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher selves of all involved. If it is a solo gig, you can trust that it is just your higher self sending in, picking the card, I guess I could say. But if there are other people involved in Aquarius, 11th house, humanitarianism, we are the world, we are the children, very egalitarian, their higher selves have a say too. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra card, particularly for cross-watchers. A lot of cross-watcher reads. The reading's about the cross-watcher, but in relationship to the one they are cross-watching for, in this case, the Aquarius. So definitely, even if they don't see themselves in the chakras, the Whisper of Love and the Matt Kahn healing mantra, very, very helpful to help the Aquarians. All of the Aquarians watching the video and their cross-watchers to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. Yeah, even to that extent. Holographic healing, because there's only one of us incarnate, really, when you get right down to it. And, you know, we're really lovely underneath it all, no doubt. So I think that's enough explanation. Let's get into the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, and I promise you, I will do the best that I can to help anybody to shift to a more golden timeline rather than leaded timeline. That's the language of spiritual alchemy. I did not come up with it. 3 atoms in between lead and gold that cannot be, that can't be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, released, surrendered. The word alchemized covers all of that, in my opinion. So the shift from explanation, which I'm glad to do, to the divination, which I am seriously, sacredly contracted to do in this lifetime. Well, that shift happens in the still point. It's my favorite thing. I do it all day long. See if you can catch it. It's really kind of obvious. Please take a nice deep breath. Place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine. What is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra that the Aquarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video drawn to this reading need to be aware of, giving them a clue, a tip, and a hint about the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, illusion to truth, in this timeless chakra read. Ooh, the Don Juan, you know that's in the title. The Don Juan is actually a wild card family archetype. The wild card family are the archetypes that don't really fit in with the other 8 families, and therefore can show up in any way, shape, or form. Written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call this lead, this gold, those 3 atoms in between, that whether you have this archetype a reason, season, or a lifetime, or you're dealing with somebody who has this archetype a reason, season, or a lifetime, you have your lesson, you're part of the contract, cross-watcher or otherwise, so you shift this a little bit, it helps everybody, just keeping that in mind. So, the shadow, the lead, using powers of romantic attraction for private agenda. Now. Things have changed. I'm Generation X, darling. Things have changed drastically in that field. And by God, past 10 years, we can say the past 5 years, right? Since the pandemic, right? And that's a good thing. So do keep in mind, even though Don Juan essentially means Father Juan, Father John. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Father John? Oh, sorry. Very, very seductive power, but like, you know, car salesmen, salespeople, right? It's like, well, you know, that's a hidden agenda, right? It's in the shadow. The light you're shooting for here spotlights your positive seductive qualities. Now remember, seduction is a very, very interesting thing, right? What does it mean to be seduced? I was seduced by the divine when I moved to Boston back in the 80s to go to the Boston Conservatory, and I had my big spiritual awakening. Oh, I had already been reading tarot and doing the Ouija boards and all that kind of stuff. I started reading tarot when I was 12 years old. I'm 55. Yeah, I know, I don't look at things. That's in the new book, how some of that goes down. So, you know, what does it mean to be seductive to you? What does it mean to be seduced, right? From that light, a positive seductive quality is because you're having a good time. What's more seductive than that, right? Or, you know, your power is showing, right? Excuse me, your power is showing, right? It's very, very seductive, even without a private agenda, right? Being authentic to me is incredibly seductive, right? Considering how many liars there are on the planet. So, interesting card. Let's see. Let's look at the next 4 chakras down. Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. A place for everything and everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. My beloved goddesses, one card. In clarity, please. I'll slow down. For the Aquarian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. We're watching this video, drawn to this reading, some clarity about what they need to be aware of, heart, third eye crown, to help them alchemize the Don Juan archetype in the 8th for this Timeless Chakra Read. Ho-ho! The card of the universe, the world, Shakti, the life dancer. Now, I would say you can Google the name Shakti and you're going to see it provided to you with probably billions of websites to look at. She's a goddess as well. It's an energy. There's Shakti Pat, right? But the goddess Shakti really is the goddess of, well, it's the 3 gunas. It's creation, maintenance, I don't think that's the right word, and destruction. I forget what that second one is. Tamas, Raja, and Sattva. Yeah, the gunas. So look, the card of the world, the card of the universe, the completion of a cycle. When it's a major arcana card, the way I read, it's all chakras working in unison, right? Total congruence here. And you've completed something. You've come to the end of a cycle. It's graduation, right? That's why she's sort of dancing in between, like in that split moment right at midnight between one day and the next. This is beautiful. It actually feels really good. And like I said, what is seductive? Like somebody who's got it together on the inner, that's in alignment. To me, I find that highly seductive. And again, that's not always romantic sexual either, right? You know, someone just got that at that, let's not call it a glamour, because that's about illusion, depending on your definition. But that wholeness, right? I am whole and complete within myself, right? Louise Hay, blessed be wherever you may be. I'm sure she reincarnated, or maybe she went to a paradise planet. That's where I'm headed after this one. As long as I do what I came here to do. Speaking of contracts, let's look at this from the outside looking in at you, you from the inside looking out at people, places, and things, relationships in the physical world. Please take a nice deep breath. Place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, with harm to none, as we will it. Back on there. So let it be done. My beloved gods, what's going on? Lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out, relationships in the physical world for the Aquarian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. What do they need to be aware of in the physical, literal world? Survival, intuition, Don Juan in the 8th, Shakti, the goddess, the energy, the world, the universe. In this Timeless Chakra Read, ooh, 7 of Cups. The Suit of Cups in the Mythic Tarot is dedicated to the myth of Eros and Psyche, a true love tale, if ever there was one. This is Psyche, which is the Greek word for butterfly as well as soul, an already wife to Eros, son of Aphrodite. Well, the 5 of Cups doesn't go well. The 6 of Cups is a little bit much. This is the 7th of Cups, where she is pleading to her, essentially, mother-in-law to please help. What can I do to repair this? What can I do to atone? What can I do to have him back? Because Eros is the god of romantic love. He's gorge. He's just gorge. Right? Pricked himself on his own arrow. That's on him. But she loved him anyway. So, long story, long myth. Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of videos that you can read about the myth of Eros and Psyche, even if this is not a romantic thing. Although with the Don Juan, it's sort of leading in that way, just, you know, intellectually. But it is about those dreams and those fantasies, those things that we want, right? You got to pick one of them 7 cups. And then, of course, that leads to the 8 cups, walking away from the other ones to find the 9th cup usually within and reach the 10 of cups, which is gorgeous. And this decade is the final union of Eros and Psyche is elevated to a goddess. How cool is that, right? She had to go through a lot there. She had to go to the underworld to get a jar of Persephone's rapid wrinkle repair and bring it back. She had a lot of help along the way. It's a really great myth. Very archetypal, very like Carl Jung bingo, just amazing. So, you know, which cup are you going to choose? Well, if you got that completion going on, if you can embrace that and say, no, this is all good. Like, we're in alignment here. We're at the end of a journey and about to step into what? The Fool, which is the dreamer in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, right? To move forward. So, yeah, you can only drink 1 cup at a time. You know, the Greeks didn't have those, like, multi-straws. Remember silly straws? Those were the best. I loved those as a kid. Well, you know, you got to figure out which straw you want to dip into which cup for that and make a decision. Or maybe just a choice, right? Certainly, you know, 7 of Cups, Rider-Waite Tarot. It's like, and it can lead to apathy. Absolutely. Too many options. Sometimes you're just like, well, if I pick one, I can't have any of the others. And so you do nothing. But my sense is, you know, again, I keep hearing it comes back to what it means to be a seducer or seduced. But the Don Juan, I mean, read the legends of Don Juan. It does not go well for him at the end. He can't remember. The only one that was true lover was that Casanova. Ugh, I get my ancient lovers confused. I slept with them all anyway. Past life. Woo, yeah, I was busy. So this is an interesting chakra spectrum here, I'll say for sure. And we still have 2 more cards, hopefully to elucidate and clarify for my beloved aqua lungs and their cross-watchers, shall we, the voices of the higher selves of all involved. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. Beloved higher self collective. Fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above, what is the whisper of love needed? By the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers. Watching this video, drawn to this reading to help them, in service to them, alchemizing the Don Juan with Shakti, the life dancer, the universe on the inner, and Seven of Cups in the outer for this Timeless Chakra Read. Be in the present and dream of the future. Okay, I think that lets you off the hook with the Seven of Cups a little bit. Be in the present and dream in the future. And that makes sense because where you are on the inside is really good. It's the ending of a cycle of spirit. Not fire, not earth, not air, not water. All of them. Talk about a holistic healing there. Completion, but you know, at the top of every mountain is the foothills of the next. I know it's not literally that way, but it's a good metaphor. If you remember what you met her for. So, you know, this choice that you make, you probably make from, right, a very spiritual, wise, empowering, loving place, right? To choose from this. Because when we dream, everything is possible. Now I take issue with that language. Well, I don't know if everything's possible. I know certainly not everything's probable. I still can't do the bewitched thing. You freak if I did. If all of a sudden, Serena, bam, Uncle Arthur, bam. Yeah, no, I leave off on the Endora. I don't do blue eyeshadow. Really, it should be outlawed, but to each their own choices. So I gotta say, this is really, really, really interesting. Be in the present and dream in the future. I will recommend The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle for the more Western-minded. Certainly for the more Eastern philosophy, there are thousands, from the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali to the I Ching to, you know, they're all about be here now, because that's all we got is here now. Yeah, I didn't make it that way. Ram Dass, be here now. All sorts of educational opportunities there if you want to read. And usually air signs do. So let's get you a healing mantra. Wake up, cross watchers. Kidding, sort of. Let's get you this healing mantra for both the cross watchers as well as the Aquarians, because you're fixed air. It means to focus air, and what is better than a mantra, right? To do that, particularly to be in the present and dream of the future. That's easier to do when you're here now, instead of what Mace calls having your energy be non-local, meaning it's not in your sphere, it's not in your energy field, it's in the past, usually out of guilt and regret, or in the future out of fear or expectation, right? You call that in, you're more powerful, literally calling your energy back. That was good. Thank you. I'm going to pop that into my crown chakra. Please take a nice deep breath. A place for everything. And everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity, what is the perfect healing mantra to assist the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers in the alchemy of the Don Juan in the eighth, Shakti, the life dancer, the universe, the world on the inner, Seven of Cups on the outer, we'll take that, being in the present and dreaming of the future for this Timeless Chakra Read, expressing free will, throat chakra, throat chakra, throat chakra. Look, we have free will in the game, called humanity, right? And maybe some manatees too. I like manatees. You know, we have free will. It's our choice, right? To no longer delay what can't be prevented, right? How many times we want to keep coming back? The mantra, my choices determine how brightly I shine. There you go. I've been working that one a lot with this move. My choices determine how brightly I shine, particularly when I'm like, my choices determine how brightly I shine. Let me go take a shower. We go take a breath. We have a bite to eat, right? We take a nap. Sometimes that is the best thing. And certainly free will speaks of that Seven of Cups right there. So I'm just going to add to this in terms of your lower three chakra, because your heart, third eye, crown intuition, every chakra has a different intuitive voice. It takes a kind of a while to learn that voice, even within your own nervous system, let alone anybody else's. Lower three chakras, survival, intuition, element of water is second chakra. You can learn its voice And it will give you yes or no intuitive gut answers. In other words, it's not up here, it's down here, right? It's like, is this right for me? The second chakra for me goes, if it's not right, it goes, or it goes, right? And like, that's how I pick what I eat, like when I remember to do it, right? So to take more than just the third eye for air signs. I mean, I got Venus conjunct Mercury in Libra, third house, I know. We had a Virgo on top of it, ooh, thinky. But, you know, to take it in the body, in the moment, bit by bit, step by step, this could work for you. So we'll put this together in what's called a blessimation, if you're new. Combination of a blessing and a summation, and we'll talk about cool stuff. And I've been finding, like, right before I sign off, they drop something else into my head about the reading, so let's see what happens. One last time, please. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to alchemize the Don Juan archetype from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth. Spotlighting their positive, seductive qualities of the Don Juan in the 8th, with a completion, Shakti the life dancer, and may they be guided to the information and the definition of the name as well as the energy of Shakti to maybe give them a little bit more specific information for a general read as they go through this place. So minor arcanas are things, actually, that we go through. This will come and go, but of course to make a wise, more loving, more spiritually empowered decision here on the inner with those seductive qualities in play is the way to go, while they be in the present moment, and dream of the future, because when they dream, everything is possible, and the dreamer is the Fool card that would come after Shakti the life dancer, while they express their free will, because their choices determine how brightly they shine. May they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to align, to evolve, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life. In a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way. For a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. For the well-being of all. And with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. So would it be. So it is. I had a nice soft finish on that one. Well, figures Don Juan. Usually I can smell a mile away. They smell good. Usually. Except maybe not so much Axe body spray, but you know, to each their own choices. If you liked the reading, by the way, please do hit the thumbs up. It helps other Aquarians and cross-watchers find the reading. You want more of me here on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, notification bell, comment, all that stuff is good. And then do check out Patreon. I mean, it's just the coolest thing I've ever done. I had a very long career. That's the next book. Yeah, I'm gonna be telling some stories over there. My career reads like fiction. So Patreon has been a major support for me moving forward, and particularly allowing me to do this work where more people have access to what I am serving up. My patrons get the daily check-ins, my favorite things, really lifesavers for me, big peppermint lifesavers. They get all the extended readings, they get the extensive discount on private sessions with me in person, video recorded, whatever we do, and 7-day free trials for Seeker and Human. Check us out for a week for free, you'll see, but you gotta stay a month for the discount because that's only fair, right? I'm gonna be fair and honorable about this stuff. And you can shop in our store, you can follow us for free, and I'm making more content just for Patreon that would be accessible to the public. You won't see it anywhere else. And honestly, it's just the best thing. It's like I'm in a true love relationship with Patreon. Unfortunately, they're based in San Francisco, so my chance of hooking up from somebody there is probably slim to none, but you never know. The gods will have their way. particularly because I got a nice touch of the Don Juan, but it only comes for a reason, not a season or a lifetime, and I think that's for everybody's benefit. So do click the link, check it out, come Patreon on Patreon, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. You can just call me Mal, hey, I'm from New York. If you want to book me for a private reading, I'm still taking clients. Yeah, big time. By the time this comes out, my office might be set up, right? We can video record it, Zoom record it. In person, I'm going to be doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs on Phila Street, PHILA. We're still setting all of that up, running a special exclusively to the Magic Moon for pretty much the whole month of November, give or take a day with the holidays and all. So if you want more info, there is a video in the description box. Booking private sessions with Mal explains everything for you, just like Clarissa. Can you believe it? What a Nickelodeon reference, isn't that great? Probably not. Yeah, it's about 11 minutes, explains how to set it up, what we do, how to do it, even talks about the Patreon discount. But it is my favorite thing. The one-on-one readings, even group readings, tarot parties and stuff like that, it really is my art form. I have so much fun doing it. And even when it is a one-on-one and it's traumatic, I've been a spiritual counselor for decades. I used to be a minister. I defrocked myself. So yeah, I got the chops for the job. So click the link and watch the video. It's fun. My mom likes it. It makes me laugh. And I've never turned anybody away because of lack of funds. Where there is a witch, there is a way. I am a witch too. So there's a way. We can work it out. We can work it out. Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friends. So yeah, watch the vid and reach out. I'm here to help if you want it. But now looking at this, it really does make sense that the next card after the universe, the world, is the Fool, which in this deck is the Dreamer. So it's saying, go ahead, have your dreams, right? Usually Seven of Cups can be a cautionary, right? That you might not be seeing clearly, but to, feel that seductive pull. What does seduction mean to you? And certainly that will shift your choices as you express your free will. Your choices determining how brightly you shine. We don't get to choose the choices. We get to choose from among the options given to us. That's not control. That's just wisdom, man. So hang in there. You can do this. I believe in you. You've probably got these magnetic qualities, right? Because seduction isn't active. It's kind of, magnetic more than electric, right? Well, it depends. So shine that vibe however you need it. Do what you need to do. And if you need help, I'm here. I believe in you. Hang in there. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.